Hi, and welcome back to this sixth and final video in the Community Renewable Energy Grant Program's video series, where we're going through the key application sections and questions for the planning opportunity announcements. And as before, we always like to start this by saying if you have not seen any of the prior videos, please go back and start with number one on the program overview. We cover a lot of details throughout each section, and there's always some good tidbits for the application through those. Just do want to do a quick reminder that this video recording is not covering all questions in the application. We're covering some of the key questions that relate back to the scoring criteria that you'll find in your respective opportunity announcement. And in this section, well, actually, sorry, I'm Jason, and I'm joined by my colleague Clay. We're both analysts within the CREP program. And in this section, we're going to be looking at section 9, the finances, and then we'll finish with just a short review of the final set or the second to final session, not the signature. Section 10, the document checklist that you'll want to make sure you pay close attention to. But we'll go ahead and jump right in on section 9 on the finances. And right off the top, we're going to be looking at the anticipated total cost for your planning and design. This cost input, this should be for the obviously for the planning of the renewable energy system or that system with its resilience components. And the cost for planning that, not a broader thing which we've covered before. We're talking just about the renewable energy system and resilience components. And we also here are looking for the grand total. This would be total of all eligible costs to the program, all ineligible costs. Just what is that grand total? Clay, do you want to add anything here?
Nope. Just want to foot stomp. Now, in the previous videos, we talked about both this planning project and the future construction project. For the finances section, we're just talking about the planning project only.
Right. And then the area for this one, just one last part, is in that opportunity announcement scoring criteria, you'll find this is going to be this will be one of those features that's going to add to the strength of your financial plan for this planning project as one of those features that viewers will be looking at. And as we move forward, we're in one of the most obvious questions on the application is how much do you need for your planning project? What is that grant request amount? Um, and so we're just looking for what you think you're going to need to conduct this planning project, and then how that relates to those eligible costs that would be reimbursed later on after the planning project is completed. Clay, do you want to add anything or clarify anything there?
Nope, you said it. Total planning project cost right here, the grant amount that you want.
And then our next area is this is where we start to kind of break this project down, this system down for the plan or the planning aspect of this system. And that's the anticipated planning costs. And on the application, you'll actually see each of these cost categories in that box below. These are their own line items and entry boxes for an amount. Even if that amount is zero for that particular category, we do want to see zero input for that particular category. But we are looking for, in this planning, in the application phase, we are looking for projects that, ideally are in phase and have already, to some extent, broken their own larger budgets down, into these more specific categories, instead of just, saying consulting fees for $100,000. We would, if you've gone further than that, we would like to see this broken down into specific amounts. It will create a stronger, reviewable financial plan. And if you have already gone and created your own budget with your own line items, what have you, you certainly can upload that as a supporting document, but we are going to require that those pieces be broken up and entered into those areas under these categories. It helps create consistency across the review program for our reviewers. And with that, I'm going to turn to Clay if he has anything more to add there.
All of these financial plan questions fit under the project strength category. So again, the more detailed, the more complete your answers, the higher score you should receive for a project strength.
Excellent. Thanks, Clay. And then we go into the next key area in the finances area, and that is this would be where you're going to be adding other outside incentives or other funding and the sources of that funding. This could be, federal or state or utility grants or incentives, Energy Trust of Oregon funds. You would want to add these in individually and their dollar amount, their other fund amount. This is not a location for you, the applicant, to enter in the money that you're putting forward to this project. We are already going to be able to estimate that through the final tally of those numbers. If you have a partner that's putting forward some equity or a bank loan for this type of a planning project, that would be a good area to put this in. One other item that we would like to just note, please do not add the CREP grant into this area. You've already covered that when you asked for the grant amount. This is money that you are projected or have already received that's being applied into this planning project. Clay, do you have anything you'd like to add there?
The emphasis is other sources of funding, not the grant from ODO and not your own organizational funding.
Thank you. And as we come here towards the last part of the finances series is describe the applicant's planning financial plan, include potential sources of funding during planning, and to cover the balance of planning costs beyond the grant amount and other incentives and grants. This should include in-kind contributions or monetary contributions from applicants or project partners. So unlike prior, this would be an area if you are doing a large scale planning project that's going to go in excess of both your other funding of the ODO grant, the CREP grant. This is where we'd like to see that information, as well as if this would be another area where you as the applicant might put forward your funds or direct funding from a partner. And Clay, do you have anything you'd like to add here?
This is the place where in a narrative format, you describe the entire financial structure of your planning project.
Right. Okay, and we're getting close to the end of this video and the series. We're just going to briefly do a quick walk through the final part of your application right before the signature page. And that is section 10 on the document checklist. And this is just an area beyond what you may have uploaded as supporting materials. This is a good place to just double check that you have uploaded the minimum documents required for your particular project or opportunity announcement. You may not be clicking every one of these, but just as a good reminder to double check that you've put forward all those required documents to make sure that you pass the eligibility for the program. Clay, do you want to have a final advice here?
Well, that covers it. On the following page, just a little bit of technical information. After you've double checked your required documents on this page, your next page is going to be your signature page, but it also is a page that shows all of the uploaded documents. And so if you haven't gone through the online application yet, this is the place in section 11, right after you hit submit on this screen, you'll see all of your uploaded documents. And that's the place to, you can go next and you can go previous before you submit it and make sure that anything on this list is uploaded on the next page. And you can also upload from that page as well. And if you happen to have duplicate uploads, you can delete those duplicates on that next page as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Clay. And I'll add one little part to that is that you also remember this is competitively reviewed. We have external reviewers plus internal ODO reviewers. We'll be looking at a lot of applications, so that's also a great place to make sure that that you have clearly labeled your files that you've uploaded so that it'll quickly and easily make sense to those reviewers for your project. That's always making it more efficient, makes it nice for the reviewers to get through that as well. And With that, just want to say we have come to the conclusion of our video series for the application, for the planning applications. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact Clay or I. We're at community.grants@energy.oregon.gov. And we really appreciate you taking the extra time to go through this video series to prepare for your application. We wish you luck. And Clay, do you have any final wrap up you'd like to say?
Thank
Nope.
you very much.
Thank you very much for watching the series, and best of luck. We look forward to seeing your project.